The next Pelican release will happen very soon, and here are 7 puzzles that will be released. And I'll start my review with this beautiful puzzle from Lucy Powell's. It is called Open Frame. This puzzle is made using many different types of wood that what make it look so beautiful. You are already familiar with the concept of the puzzle. It is anti-slide puzzle. Looks quite similar to the previous one, minimal frame, but here we have 4 points of the frame that are holding the parts within the frame. Minimal frame had only 2, one in 2 opposite corners, and they were kind of a part of the square, but here these 4 are outside of the square. And don't worry, this is not the spoiler, since you can easily slide out the parts out of the frame. And there are many different ways how you can make a square from the parts, but only one of them will be an anti-slide when you put everything inside the frame, and you won't be able to remove any of the parts. Another great puzzle from Lucy Powell's. It is called Centrifuge. It is made using 2 different types of wood, mirror and ash. This puzzle has 6 parts and a frame, and the frame has a huge opening through the frame, and there are small openings. Each is 1 voxel size opening, and there is 1 on each side. So you have to fit all these 6 parts, which are quite weirdly looking parts, quite unusual, and you have to fit all of them inside the frame, and you have to fill all the gaps, so all of these will be filled. So it's quite an interesting puzzle, not very difficult, but very nice and satisfying solution. The name of the next puzzle is Xray. It was designed by Benjamin Hyde. This puzzle was made using 3 different types of wood: purple heart, maple, and Venge. The Xray puzzle looks like a regular 6-piece burr puzzle, but it has more than 6 parts. It has actually 10 parts, since if you take a closer look at some of the parts, you will see that they are made from 2 pieces. Where is the first piece that I can move to show you? Like this one. As you can see, this is not the 1 piece, it has 2 parts. And some other parts are made of 2, but some are like a 1 piece. So it is quite interesting design, and it is not that hard to take this puzzle apart, but the assembling is really difficult. There are a lot of parts that look very similar. There are actually exactly the same parts, but they have different colors. So when you assemble everything back together, you have to make sure that you put correct colors together. Otherwise, you will end up with, I don't know, like 1 maple and Venge piece next to each other. That won't be a proper solution. So quite interesting and good looking puzzle, but will be a little bit challenging to assemble back together. The name of the next puzzle is Shiba Inu. It was designed by Girish Sharma from India. This puzzle will be available in 2 different wood variations, Garapa and Limba Frake. Have no idea what is Limba Frake, but it looks like this. Quite a beautiful wood. This puzzle will come in parts, so you have to put it together. And this is a zoobur puzzle. That means that there's supposed to be a kind of an animal piece inside of the frame, but Girish asked me not to show you the dog piece, which will be a dog. If you know a little bit about dogs, Shiba Inu is a type of a dog. So it's obvious that it will be a dog inside, but I'm not going to show you the shape of the part, since Girish thinks that it may spoil a surprise, since this puzzle has actually 2 puzzles in one. First, you have to put all these 6 parts together into this 6-piece burr shape, and then you have to take it apart, add an extra piece that looks like a dog, and again put together to exactly the same shape, which looks totally impossible, but actually it is possible. So quite interesting puzzle, and it is kind of a 2-in-1. The name of the next puzzle is Little Tetra Flop. You probably recognize the design of the Flop series puzzles. It was designed by Dr. Volker Latusek, and this puzzle is made from Venge and American cherry woods. The Little Tetra Flop is a smaller version of the Tetra Flop puzzle, which was 4x4x2. This is 4x3x2. So it is not exactly the same. It is different puzzle, different solution. And I don't know which one is more difficult, this one or the original one. So probably this one will be a little bit more difficult. Again, the opening here, as you can see, it is a little bit bigger than 1 square. It is like 1.5. So it means that a lot of pieces won't fit normally inside the frame. You have to kind of tilt them to fit inside. Then there is another opening right here on the side, so we have to use it at some point, I guess, to solve the puzzle. And this puzzle, as always, comes not solved, but in a shipping state like that, one piece on top, and then you have to remove the rest of the parts from the frame. And this is also a puzzle, since it is difficult to remove these parts from the frame. You have to figure out how to do that, and I'm not gonna show you how to do that, since it will be kind of a small spoiler. This puzzle will be fun to solve, not only to put all parts inside the frame, but also then to figure out how Dr. Volker Latusek designed this puzzle in such a way that even the shipping state is so incredibly difficult to take apart and to put parts inside. So great puzzle, great addition to the Flop puzzle series. If you don't have any of the puzzles from the Flop series, I highly recommend you to buy all of them if you can find them somewhere. And if you miss the rest of the puzzles, so buy at least this one, since it is an amazing puzzle from Dr. Volker Latusek. And the next puzzle is also from Dr. Volker Latusek. It is called Lisa and Lottie. I hope I pronounced it correct. This puzzle is made from 2 different types of wood, babinga and elm. The Lisa and Lottie puzzle has 10 parts and a frame, and the goal is to fit all parts inside the frame. And don't worry, the puzzle doesn't come pre-solved, since even though the parts are inside of the frame, if you try to remove them, you will find that you can easily remove like 3, maybe even 4 parts, but the rest, you can't even move them. So that means that you won't be able to remove them from the frame. And you think that this is weird, but no. If you take a close look at the side of the frame, you will find that you can actually remove it and then remove all the parts from the frame and start solving the puzzle. Actually, this removable side of the frame is quite an interesting idea from my point of view, since if you solve a puzzle, have no idea how to solve it, or found the incorrect solution, you can just stick them back inside the frame and solve the puzzle a little bit later. This puzzle has 25 different ways how you can put all parts together in this cuboid shape, but only one of them is possible when you fit all the parts through this opening. So it's quite a challenging puzzle. As you can see, it has 10 parts. All of them look like variations of 2 squares connected together, like this or like that or this. As you can see, many different variations, and you have to find a way how to fit all of them inside the frame. It will be quite a difficult challenge, but Volker never creates trivial puzzles. And the name of the last puzzle in this release is Twister Box. It was designed and made by Pelican. Yes, it is another Pelican design. This puzzle was made using 2 different types of wood, mahogany and walnut. Twister Box is a box, it's a cube. You can see that there is a lid on top. You can clearly see how it moves, but you are not able to open it easily. So you have to figure out the way how to remove the lid. This puzzle has such an interesting mechanics inside, simple but absolutely awesome. I spent quite some time trying to figure it out, and when I was able to open it, I was really impressed by what is happening inside of the box. I can't tell you anything else, since it will spoil the puzzle, but it is really great puzzle box. Something that you have to try to solve and you have to have in your collection. Highly recommend it. I guess this puzzle will be sold out in just minutes, so don't forget to set up your alarms when the puzzles will be released, so that you can grab a copy of this awesome Twister Box puzzle. And now probably the most important information: when all these 7 awesome puzzles will be released. The next release will happen next Wednesday, 13th of November at 10 a.m. Czech time. Thank you for watching the video. See you next time.